No, I was really excited how we came out. I mean, Hunter Ensminger did a great job of settling us down after getting the lead, and just it really was steady today. I think it's his first start since his sophomore year. Is that right, Hunter? And we're really excited. He's been doing that all year for us, putting up zeros. So big hits late in the game to extend the lead, and I was proud of how our bullpen responded today.
Coleman, I'll start with you. How good did that RBI feel in that 8th inning when you were able to get on base, bring a couple more, and get that cushion that you guys needed to kind of really power through in that 9th inning?
Yeah, I mean, obviously when you can extend a lead, it feels good no matter who does it. And today it happened to be me. And no, yeah, just like I said, extending the lead is pretty big.
And kind of going off that, Coleman, is there a little bit of a added happiness to it when they intentionally walk someone to get to you and then you do that?
Yeah, Coach Ike brought me over and gave me a little message and just like a little extra tap on the butt. Said, go get him, basically. So, yeah, it felt good.
And then Hunter, for you, can you just kind of talk about your preparation today? Obviously, knowing you're going to pitch at some point, but then to not expect to start and then have to start?
Preparation was same as it always was, preparing to go into a game. Didn't think it would happen that quick. I'm kind of doing my normal stuff. After I throw, I go chill in the dugout for a little bit, and then Jack, our catcher, comes up to us and was just like, hey, you got to come to the bullpen. And then Coach Fair runs by me and was like, hey, Max is out, you're in. And I'm like, oh, okay. So it's kind of like a bullpen being in the pen, just because like the rush that you feel being like, oh, this is your spot now. And I had like 10 minutes to go. So really just trying to get my mind right to go into the game.
And then Jason, for you, what is it like for you to have to kind of switch what pitcher you're expecting to see that early?
I would say there's really nothing that I mentally switched, just because I know all these guys so well, where, I mean, they can come in every inning, and I mean, it's the same thing for me. I mean, I know everyone, I know all their pitches, and I know how they're going to work and what they want to do in each at bat. So, it's very nice to be able to know that.
I want to get your perspective from all three of you guys, but this is the first regional win for your head coach in his career. His first time in 13 years you guys have been able to pick up an NCAA regional win. A lot of people have said that this is overdue. What does it mean for you three specifically, not only to get the win for this program, for this fans, but also for the head coach who's been waiting for this opportunity?
I think it's pretty amazing. We're not even done yet, and we got a long way to go, but I think me and Fenwick were talking about it. We're starting something new at this program and something for the future of this program. And I think that, getting the win in the regional, I think it's very important. And it's amazing seeing Ike get his first win in the regional. I mean, we all work so hard for this stuff, and we've been doing this since August, the first day we got here. And, I couldn't be happier with what happened today.
Just to kind of piggyback off that, there's no one more deserving than Coach Ike to get a regional win and be here. And it just having that, especially as a team, from a team perspective, like all the work we put in since August, like there's some days you don't want to show up to the field, but you have to because it's going to be tough, and just makes it all worth it.
Yeah, then for me, being a fifth year especially, been here a long time, seen a lot of people, a lot of teams. This group's special, and I think coming in August, we knew we were going to be special. And this is just a moment that we've all, I think, prepared for, and something that we've been working towards a long time, like Jason said, since August. So really just embracing the moment and being able to go out there and perform when we need to.
Coach, this is for you. So I know you guys your foundation has always been aggressive on the base paths, and so far the last 2 games, 9 outs recorded so far. So I'm curious, when you're in these kind of situations, how do you balance that level of aggressiveness while also trying to make sure you're not getting outs that may kind of ruin an inning or kind of change momentum?
Well, I'll tell you the first thing, it doesn't stop. I mean, we said that since the day one of playing our offense. It doesn't stop no matter what the score. We just keep going and going and going and try to create pressure.
Yeah, and also just on top of that, the 8th inning, getting a little bit more with Coleman, your hit. Just tell me, when you're in that situation, because yesterday you had a 3-run lead, things kind of went a little, So when you get that 8-1 lead, kind of how refreshing was that for you, Coach, just to know this game we're looking a lot better?
Well, I think it's really impressive to do that, and then more importantly, kind of save Vygotsky and get Sean Culkin in the game. Shawnee's been unbelievable the last 2 weeks, and so getting him in a situation where there's not a lot of pressure to go out there and throw strikes and do what he does. So I was excited to get him in the game and save an inning off Joe. You're dismissed. You're you're dismissed from school.
I got a couple more weeks.
Take your water.
Ike, I wanted to ask you about your pitching staff. After yesterday, kind of having to, you had to use Donnie yesterday, you used Logar yesterday, and then to be able to have Hunter come in, pitch as long as he did, so that, you know, at this point, you're 2 games in and you've used 6 pitchers at this point. How do you feel about your pitching staff after going through kind of everything that yesterday had into today, where you didn't have to go as deep into your bullpen as maybe some people were expecting today?
Yeah, I was really impressed with Hunter today. I mean, you know, he's been like that for the last 2 months, where he's just been putting up zeros and pitching. You know, he's an electric pitcher when it comes to his energy. He settles things down. He's been kind of the stopper for us in the middle of the game all year long, and to have to be called upon to start and throw 5 2/3. I mean, it's probably his longest outing that I can remember. I'm just really impressed with how he just continues to throw strikes and compete.
And obviously, kind of going off what I asked Coleman, that's a kid who he started the season so well for you guys at the plate. And then of recent, he's kind of dropped off a little bit. The RBI first since Troy has only had a few hits since that game. What's it like to kind of see him have that moment in such a big and important inning?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, you know, Callie's been playing almost every day. And, you know, obviously, you know, the right decision was the intentional walk and then to pitch to him. But I just said, hey, just try to hit the inside part of the ball and stay inside the ball as best you can. Because when he stays inside the ball, he can really drive it. He's just been, you know, out of the process a little bit, and out of the approach over the last probably 5-6 games. So, you know, for him to go back into his approach and get a big single there was really, really huge for us.
And then after how that game ended yesterday, how important was it for you guys to come out and get those 2 runs early in the first inning?
I think it really settled us down. You know, obviously, you know, Bryant's a good ball club, and we knew they have really good hitters, and so we knew we had to try to scratch as many runs as possible because their second pitcher really held us at bay. I mean, he had good stuff, and we weren't getting good swings off him. So as the game kind of went on, we knew, hey, this might be a 4-3 game, and just like yesterday, and so we just knew we had to try to get as many runs as possible.
Yesterday, you said in the dugout that everything has to be left right here, heading back to the hotel. It's a brand new day. When you got back into the dugout this morning, kind of what was the atmosphere like heading in and just the energy level?
Our energy levels was good, really good. You know, our expectation is to win games, and you know, that was last night's over with, and today's a new day, and we had to get back to work and get back to doing what we do well. And so, you know, I think that was the kind of the message last night, and the message this morning was just be us and do what we do well, and and play our type of game. And you know, obviously we threw strikes and we played defense and we had timely hitting.
Yeah, especially with the timely hitting. Right now, you guys have had this season the 3rd most home runs in program history, but in 2 games you've scored 15 runs, not one via home run. So just tell me how big it is to see your offense continue to click in all these kind of different situations and manufacture runs in whatever way possible.
Yeah, you know, we knew that kind of, you know, as the season went on, you know, you're going to play in days where you're going to hit balls hard, and you're going to play in days where you're not going to have get good swings off guys. And I think the big thing is what you're telling me is we're due for some home runs now, huh? So, but you know, we just play offense and just try to score runs however we can.
And you mentioned it on the broadcast today that Max had some shoulder stiffness. Now that you guys do have a game tomorrow, is he a possibility to come in, or are you guys maybe just resting him throughout now?
Well, it's day to day. I mean, and so, you know, it was a situation where we just felt like, hey, you know, it's not worth it. And he was feeling some stiffness, so we just decided to go with Hunter.
So I asked the players, I'm going to ask you now, getting your first career regional win with this type of game, it's an elimination game. You guys have had your backs up against the wall before, but does it feel like a weight off your shoulders a little bit? Like, okay, I got this one done, now we get to move on? Or is it just kind of like, are you kind of still processing what this milestone is for you?
No, our expectation is to come in and compete and play good baseball. And you know, obviously, you know, today the guys played really well and got a W. I mean, yesterday we were one pitch away from getting that, and I think our guys were hungry for it today.
And then Hunter mentioned it earlier, but you've got a bunch of guys who have really kind of been through some tough seasons with this program where you guys didn't make the CIA tournaments back then, or you guys were counted out in the Sun Belt last season. So to be able to see these guys kind of stick it out and now be able to be a part of this team to get that first regional win in 13 years, what does that mean for you as a head coach?
Oh, these guys grind. They're extremely hard workers. The expectation and the standard is set every day. and they go at it really hard. And so we're really excited about, them and what they've done for this program. Thank you.